Yeah, I play Ron LaRue. He is the father of Eric LaRue. Uh, and Eric committed a horrible crime. And the movie takes place after this, the horrific incident. And, and Ron and Janice, his wife, are struggling with just trying to make sense of what happened and how this horrific event could take place, and trying to figure out who their son really is. And Ron, his way of coping with it is to he tries to make sense of the whole thing, and for him, an escape has become religion. I hope that they will be invested in all these characters and in the story that Michael Shannon, our director, is trying to tell. I try to avoid telling people too much, not only about the movie, but also about how I want them to perceive it or what I want them to walk out of the theater thinking or feeling. But when I read it, it was an emotional experience. It's sad. It's confusing. It's heartbreaking in many ways. So I hope we were able to capture that a little bit from the beautiful script.
I play one of the mothers of one of the boys who was murdered. So a really hard role, just in terms of life. The film, I think, is so incredible because when I read the script, I thought, oh my God, I've never read this material treated this way. I think what Brett did with this script is really, really special. I have known Mike for years and years and years, and so he just asked, would you like to do it? And I was like, well, yeah, send me the script. And I read the script and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so, excited is probably the wrong word, because it's such difficult material, but I do feel I feel so honored to have been a part of it because I love it. I love the script, and getting to work on a script of this quality and with such incredible people was really amazing. I will be, first of all, very, very curious to see how people respond. But what I hope, if anything, is that people really walk away feeling like every human is deserving of love and mercy, and that we're living in our society in a way right now that just doesn't give love and mercy to people on a daily basis, and that's hurting us as a whole.
I just felt like there was so much in the script that meant something to me, that was important to me, things that I have been thinking about for years, things that I care about. And so I don't know, I just kind of saw it when I read it, and I thought if somebody else did it, they'd screw it up. So I knew I had to do it myself. We did it at our theater in Chicago back in 2002, and so, yeah, it's over 20 years. Unfortunately, it's still quite relevant, considering the subject matter is, that's kind of a sad thing. But yeah, I have very deep relationships with all the people that I work with at my theater in Chicago, and Brett's one of my favorites, so I was happy to work with him. David Lynch is one of my favorite directors, and you'd be damned if you ever get him to tell you anything about his movies, so I'm going to follow his lead.